originally from Franklin, Massachusetts, and still living here today. When I was growing up, I mostly played soccer. I started playing lacrosse in middle school when my town started a youth league, and those were the only two organized sports that I played. I played them through high school, and everything else was just in the backyard and playing with friends. I went to college at fellow NewMAC institution, Springfield College. I knew I wanted to be a coach when I was a freshman. I was actually an athletic training major, and I called my parents probably a month into school and told them I was changing my major to physical education. Being at Springfield, there's so many successful coaches and alum who are coaches, and also so many students who want to be a coach. So I gained a lot of knowledge just in my first month and knew that that's something that I wanted to do. I also credit a lot of my interest in coaching to Coach Milady, who's still at Springfield. She taught me so much about leadership and building a strong culture, and she was an incredible mentor now and is still a great mentor to me, so I'm thankful for that. I have a unique experience of both playing in the NewMAC and now coaching in the NewMAC. I really believe in the excellence that the NewMAC strives for across all schools, so it really is a dream to be coaching in this conference. I, as a player, looked up to some of the coaches that are still in the NewMAC today, and now we play against each other. They help me with different things, so it's a really special conference to be a part of. As a player, I played on Roberts once actually, and then played on our current field, which is Jack Barry. And I remember the Roberts game because it was freezing cold, one of the coldest games that I can remember. And the game on Jack Barry was actually shortly after the Boston Marathon bombing, which I will never forget the national anthem playing and just how surreal that experience was. So often when the national anthem is playing, I think of that and all the people it affected, and I'm always thankful to be on the field being involved with lacrosse. I already have a few favorite memories. I would say a top one was a couple years ago, 2018. We beat Babson. It was a really close game the whole time, and we ended up scoring the last 3 goals to win. And it was a very just exciting, close game. And then last year, beating Springfield, it was the first time we'd beat them in the regular season, and it was the only team that our seniors hadn't beat before in the NewMAC. So they were really excited, so I was happy for them. And I think this year's last game, our 2020 game against Endicott, was our last game of the season, and we lost. So that wasn't great, but it was an incredible game, and I'll never forget the support we had from everyone in Daper and also so many students. It was such a great environment, and we had so much support before we left campus, and I think I'll never forget that game. I love being at MIT because of the way everyone strives for excellence on and off the field, whether it's students, staff, administration. Everyone's really on the same page, and the students are really working to make the world a better place, which is such a special experience for me. And I hope to help develop leadership skills in them that they'll use for the rest of their life. The collaboration across campus, within our department, and among teams is something that makes MIT so special. And I think the collaboration that happens with students really translates to what they're doing on the field. My coaching philosophy is really helping student athletes not only become better students and athletes, but also becoming better people and leaders. We strive to do that every day through hard work, good communication, and having fun. All 3 of those things are really important to me, especially as we go through the process of getting better every day as a team. I really believe in a process-oriented season, and that really flows into our practice. So we start practice usually with just smaller skills that build into bigger ones. I think it's really important to practice the small things and know that that's something you can always go back to. Once we finish those, we usually move on to something we have to work on that's more team oriented. And when we are playing games, we have time to just go over something we might have to work on for the opponent that we have next. And we usually like to end with something fun and competitive. And sometimes we end with different things, like going around saying kind of like, what if you're an animal, what could you be? Or a popular one is high-low cheer. So a high, you have to say a high of the day or the week, a low of the day or the week, and a cheer for someone who has helped you during that time. I think it's important to connect in different ways on the field that have nothing to do with lacrosse, because it makes the team closer, and also MIT is a pretty stressful environment, and to me, the person always comes first. So I like to check in to see how everyone's doing. We do have a lot of fun at practice. Sometimes we end up in a dance party. We often love to play music. Pretty much every practice we have music going. Sometimes it's louder than others, but our team loves to dance. I would say probably this year's current juniors started that, just to bring some energy to practice and to games. And they have continued that over the last 3 years. My brother Jake is the assistant men's lacrosse coach and also works in the equipment room. He's our equipment manager. And I always joke, I tell him he followed me through life. We both went to Springfield College. He graduated 2 years after me. And when Tyler, our men's lacrosse coach, was hired, the head coach, he told me he was going to call my brother. And I was surprised. I was like, why are you calling my brother? And of course, it was to be his assistant. So I feel really lucky me and Jake get to work together. And it really has made our family huge MIT fans. My parents come to games. My sister is at a lot of games. She's usually the crazy person screaming in the corner. But it has been really great to work together and share that time with Jake and also with our family. Since we've been working from home, I have definitely done a lot of baking and playing pickleball and reading. I also am creating a scrapbook that started actually at the men's lacrosse game, their last game in March. That's the first picture in the book, and I'm continuing it on through this experience. If I had to choose a career that wasn't coaching, it would probably be opening a bakery or working at a bakery. I really enjoy baking. Throughout the last few months, I've been baking a lot of Joanne Chang's recipes, who is the owner of Flour. And I really think food brings people together, and it can also be delicious and fun to experiment with. So I think that would be my other career path. If I had to stop to watch any movie, it would be Remember the Titans. It has been my favorite movie forever, and I watch it whenever it's on TV, and I don't watch a lot of TV. The last book that I finished was Eliza Hamilton, but back in March or April, I started reading the Harry Potter series. So I've been reading a Harry Potter book, then another book to kind of learn something new, and then back to a Harry Potter book. So I just started book 7, and I'm excited to finish. My favorite quote is, "Be where your feet are." I think it's just a really great message to be in the moment and enjoy what you're doing, whether it's good or bad. Just take it all in.